Howdy. Back again here today with another deck build. This time just kind of a fun little gimmicky one. You know, the last one I did was Black War Greymon. Obviously that one is built more competitive, more of a mindset that we're actually going to try and play it in a big tournament kind of situation if possible. Although I probably would be more inclined to bring my X Anybody deck for that. But we're going back to when I built and showed my Chaos Gallimon deck. This deck's just about fun. It's not necessarily about viability. It's not about whether or not I can win a big tournament. This deck's about I just want to go, balls to the walls and play and have fun and have a blast playing the game. And it's great for playing against newer players. Great for playing lower end games, less, games where nothing's on the line, stuff like that. So let's talk about, the meme deck. Let's talk about the deck. I know a lot of guys have already put posts up, already done theirs, and I'm a little behind the curve. But man, did I want to play with my balls first before showing them off. So we're going to talk about Mamemon. It's simple. We're going or Digi-Eggs, all Pagumon. Absolutely, don't need anything else. It's kind of just there. We're not really going to be going too heavy into building stacks in this deck. There's not really a reason to. Like I said, it's balls to the walls. We are going to essentially be playing Megazoo, and just hard playing Mamemon after Mamemon. And so the Pokemon are there to have an egg, so we always have a black source available, to have an egg so that we can Digivolve onto it with a rookie. In fact, we are running only 4 copies of Hagurumon for that very reason. We aren't trying to build stacks, but we do want that free draw when we can get it, when we need it. And so we are running a means to have it, but ultimately we don't actually care. To start, so that brings us to level 4s. Because it's a Mamemon deck, we obviously have to run 4 copies of Thundermon. This card is a Mamemon. It is great for that. It is treated as both a Mamemon as a card and a Digimon, which means that it is a Mamemon on the field, in your deck, and in your hand, in your trash, and all of those places. It is a very important caveat when a card says this card is treated at this card / Digimon is treated as something, as that's a big deal with like some of the older dual color cards are say this Digimon is treated as this color. That means when it is in play on your turn, it is that color, versus cards that say reference this card is treated as, which means no matter the zone, this is treated as that object. In this case, this is treated as Mamemon. Obviously, that's what we're going with. All our cards want to be Mamemon if they can. Sadly, that's not the case with our other 2 copies of Grumblemon. We need Grumblemon just kind of as a secondary level 4, just so we have that, final kick with, our tamers, just digivolving. That extra little draw that can come from using this onto a tamer. And it's just really good to have a hybrid just kind of as a backup to finish, kind of as a backup finisher kind of thing, and an extra draw. Plus, we maximized on Mamemon. We had 2 slots that we didn't know if we wanted to use for Black Memory Boost or if we wanted to just go ahead and get us an extra body. And I decided to go with an extra body. That brings us to our level 5s, where we are straight maxed out on Mamemon. We have CatchMamemon. We have EX1 MetalMamemon. We have BigMamemon. We have Mamemon itself. And then we have the BT3 MetalMamemon. Now, the important thing to note here is that these 2 MetalMamemon have wind digivolving effects that are going to be relatively useless in this deck. As 1, we will not be digivolving very often, and 2, this MetalMamemon's ability brings back a level 7 virus. Sadly, the level 7 we are using in this deck is a vaccine, thus this will never be relevant. It's sad, I know, it's terrible, but it doesn't matter because we're hard playing these Mamemon anyways. The only Mamemon we're really trying to Digivolve into from the level 5 standpoint is CatchMamemon, and that is because CatchMamemon lets us stack our deck so that we can then more easily cheat out more Mamemon. So we do like Digivolving into this Mamemon for that reason. This Mamemon kind of sucks because it restricts us to getting it's when Digivolving is terrible, the machine attribute issue. The problem with Mamemon is that, aside from these being cyborgs, Mamemon are mutants. They don't benefit from the machine or the cyborg-based beneficial aspects of the game, beneficial cards. I did try to mess with those a little bit before. I know a number of guys are playing around with the D-Brigade bottom end to play into Mamemon with, and then Darkdramons. I personally just wanted to go full flavor, with this and make it a fun, enjoyable deck to just hard play Mamemon. Play a Megazoo style deck that's not quite as memory intensive as free giving to my opponent as Megazoo was, and so they're all good. So these kind of sad in the end that they don't get to maximize their benefit from the MetalMamemon, but the CatchMamemon is great. The fact BigMamemon is we're free dropping a 10k body with BigMamemon is great. And then obviously Mamemon itself is a decoy and a means to delete various Digimon that your opponent has is absolutely great. Now, obviously, for level 6s, we have to play BanchoMamemon. One, look at this little guy. This guy is adorable. Looking like a little cannonball. And he's got his spiked bat and all that. This man looking like a punk. And he just comes in, he Digivolves onto any of our Mamemon, level 5 Mamemon that we've got. And then he goes and he looks at the top couple cards and says, hey, we want to free play one of these Mamemon. And that is the goal here. We are free playing Mamemon all day. And so that's just, obviously we have to have him. He is a Mamemon. He actually can be free played in this deck as well. And he also just feels good. It's just a fun go-to play here. And so our other level 6 is CresGarurumon. This black CresGarurumon is absolutely great for this deck for the very reason that this card digivolves onto a black, and when digivolving, if my opponent has one or more Digimon, I can reveal cards and then free play level 5s from the cards I revealed, and that lets me free play more Mamemon, and that is just a phenomenal secondary Mega Digimon for this deck, because that is obviously what we want to do. That is the goal here. So we are going to be Digivolving into this card and this card as much as possible, and getting to having a board full of Mamemon. So that brings us to the fact I mentioned we are running level 7s, and our level 7s here are Omnimon Zwart. This card is actually quite good for the Mamemon deck because of the fact that it gives us, one, a way to get back our CresGarurumon or our BanchoMamemon by Digivolving on top of it, but also because if you look at all of the Mamemon, all the Mamemons in level 5, they are all 7 or 8 cost Digimon, and therefore, when you Digivolve into Zwart, you get and then mill into any of them, and you can pull back any two Omnimon you want. So I can pull back two BigMamemon. I can pull back a BigMamemon and a regular Mamemon, so I have the decoy there. I can pull back any combination of Mamemon that are in my trash with this card. So we are running 3 of this card because we absolutely want to see this card, because this card lets us recycle our Mamemon and bring them back, play them again and again and again, and let's just see as many as we can. Also, it's just a good, Omnimon Zwart is always been a good card in the decks that he's played in, and he is just good synergy for this deck and good synergy for multiple other decks. And then you go into our tamers. We're running 3 of Izzy and 3 Izzy Joes. Izzy Joe, obviously we all know this is a good card. It was played a lot previously. If you're playing a non-X antibody black deck, this card is still a great card to run. If you're taking black and miscellaneous other things, maybe trying to play a security control deck or something, this card's always good. This card's this card's nothing but upside. Somebody kills my Mamemon, I draw cards. Has the ability to give me extra memory, stuff like that. The Izzy is actually a big deal because it stacks our deck. This is the choice of memory setter. I thought about the black tie, but then I thought about it again. I'm like, that only boosts my guys on my opponent's turn. I'm not blocking in this deck. We're just going balls to walls, throwing Mamemon at people, and so that's just not really worth it. But this card, stacking my deck so that I can mill into a Mamemon, or I can free play a Mamemon, or I can free play a Mamemon, or, I can free play Mamemon. It's just so much more beneficial to use Izzy to stack the deck as our memory setter. And so those are our choices for tamers. And like I said, I've got the Grumblemons. I can Digivolve on top of them if need be. And then that brings us to our options to finish off this video. We've got 2 black memory boosts. I've thought about going to 4. I don't know. I don't think it's necessary, especially since it's not about getting a Mamemon in hand so much as playing a card that lets me free play a Mamemon. So I feel like 2's fine for the deck, especially since I'm running 3 and Senbon Dokkan. And honestly, the only reason I'm not running 4 is because this is a 9 memory card, which makes it kind of rough to want to hard play this very often. Yet at the same time, this card says Mamemon that add up to 15, which means I can play a Thundermon and a BanchoMamemon from the top of my deck, if that's what I hit. And so there's all kinds of benefit to playing this card. Also, this card can delete something. Most of the time, we just use it to free play a couple of, 2, maybe even 3 Mamemon if we're lucky. If, say, we hit like 2 Thundermamemon and 1, Mamemon, then we can play 3 off it, which is kind of neat. But ultimately, we just are trying to get out Mamemon. This card hopefully is hitting 2 Mamemon on the flip. And we have stacked the deck to maximize the chances of that being the case. We've got, we've put it to where we have Izzy so that we can try and hit that, so we can stack it for that. We've got maximized number of Mamemons. We are literally running every Mamemon in the game, and so on. And that's just where we're at. That's how we want to finish the game. And so the game plan here is we're just pseudo aggro. We're hard playing Mamemon, and then we're giving up that turn or whatever to let your opponent do whatever with that memory you just gave them, and then cracking back with the fact that we have all of the bodies on the field. We went super wide and are going hard here. It's similar kind of to playing the King Waymon deck. I've got that one built as well. where you're basically just digivolving up into Waymon, or that deck digivolves up into Waymon. You swing Waymon, free play, and then you have a wide board, and you go wide and hit hard. And so it's somewhat aggro in that it's a go wide and swing strategy. You're not trying to get a single Digimon trying to punch through all the security. You prevent, which keeps it safe from a lot of like heavily, board control kind of decks. A lot of Black War Greymon decks are running around right now. Obviously, my version would have no issue with the deck that goes wide like this because, I personally chose to play the BT2 Black War Greymon for that control aspect. But a lot of guys don't. They play the, somewhat smaller versions where, unless they're hitting, Dark Gaia, you're not having to worry about more than one of your Mamemon disappearing. Plus, it's very easy to have, 5 Mamemon out on the board. And so the goal is, we jam turn 1 a Senbon Dokkan, and then we have 2 Mamemon out right the next turn. Odds are neither of them are going to be destroyed that turn. And then the next turn, we are already being able to check 2 or digivolving to Bancho, which lets us dig for another, and he himself will swing for 2 that turn because his ability to give himself +1 security, since you will probably still have a Mamemon on the field. So you will be swinging potentially 3 checks on turn 2. And it just overall works out great because we're just going wide with Omnimon. And so we're just throwing them at you. I know I've said it plenty of times before. It's the name of this video. This video is balls to the wall, Mamemon. And that is what we are trying to accomplish. And let me know if there's a fun deck you want me to build and talk about and, play test and see if I could make it work pretty viably and consistently. Or if, you want me to throw up a list of a more competitive deck. Like I said, I build both just for the fun of playing around with new people or just lower level games. And I also build, decks that I actually want to try and go to events with. As I do love to play at a more competitive level when I can. So just let me know if you want me to talk about those decks or you want to talk about this. And, if you like this video, if you like my other videos, subscribe, and share the videos and get other people to come in and see if they like the videos and content that I'm creating and help me to give you better content going forward. So, with that, this deck's done, and have a good day.